Hello, denizens of the internet. Future Kelsey here, shooting from the frozen wasteland that is northern Canada. It's been a couple minutes since we last spoke. If I'm honest, maybe a couple weeks? Or a couple months? But
you now join us in a snake-infested swampland next to a sugarcane field, where presumably even more snakes reside. Alright, I may be exaggerating a little for effect, but Evie did find a snake, therefore we're clearing the grass to make moving our new-to-us shipping containers easier and less snake-findy. Why is that fellow wailing away on the grass with some crude walloping implement? Whippersnippering was the plan, but the person lending us one forgot to bring it, so your narrator concocted a crude scythe as a substitute. Look at that numpty swinging mightily at the grass. He's very pleased with his tool and his progress, blissfully unaware that he's developing tennis elbows so severe he'll struggle to pick up a salt shaker tomorrow. Unfortunately, the blade met a hidden length of steel pipe. That's the end of that. But enough was cleared for the truck to get in. We're going to call that mission accomplished. Next step was to get the old girl out of the way for all the shipping containers to come in. In Canada, we refer to these things as sea cans, and given Australia's love for shortening names wherever possible, I cannot believe they haven't adopted this naming convention. Is this just a Canadian/North American thing? Shout out in the comments below. I'm curious. The move went smoothly as we've got the steering gear on the dolly well and truly sorted now, so shuffling the boat around is kind of a non-event. Through the magic of editing and forgetting to film things, sea cans have appeared. We're now removing the pieces from inside of what looks like a 120-foot long sea can filled with the previous owner's boat building supplies, then trying to figure out how the igloo shelter frame goes together. Evie the organizer lives for this stuff. A prosperous future for eager boat builders requires a good foundation of preparation and planning. The thoughtful constructor checks and checks again, for it's a foolish person indeed who builds without foresight, and there's simply no place for thoughtless Thomases on this construction site. Something we've had to get used to here in subtropical Australia is not having seemingly endless summer daylight as we do in northern Alberta. But being productive little beavers, we have adapted and overcome with our mini-sun, a sodium vapor light. Here Evie is preparing one of the couple dozen mounts for the igloo structure. Here's a look at the condition of some of our sea cans. A little more ventilation than we really want, but hey, the price was right, nothing a little welding can't fix. Or quite a lot of welding.
today's project is dealing with the shipping container that leaks like a sieve. Now, it had a whirlybird on it, and this is the remnants of the collar from that whirlybird. It's pretty severely corroded, so what I have to do is build a patch panel to fit in here. Now, what that patch panel is going to involve is taking a plate like this and this brick bolster and basically hitting it thousands of times until I can replicate this corrugation here. And so, after thousands of hammer blows and one very sore arm, here we have this lovely patch panel with lovely corrugations in it. I'm actually rather proud of it. If only I'd filmed it. Damn.
Here's our giant pile of metal sticks that we're going to turn into the largest size welding project we've undertaken thus far. A 2-meter high wall to support the igloo frame atop the sea cans. We used 89mm galvanized square tubing for this. Probably overkill, but it's a good size for the igloo mounting hardware, and as we are most certainly not engineers, we prefer to err on the side of caution. It is heavy and unwieldy stuff, so it's a team task to chop up the sections needed for our very long walls. Repeat ad nauseum until you have very many smaller metal sticks. Seems to be a theme here. Evie's grinding down the rusted leftovers from the old mounting locations for the igloo. The idea here is that the wall mounted on top of the sea cans will allow for a large, almost deck-level workshop to be built, which should save much stair climbing and help make the build process much more efficient. We Germans, we love our efficiency, yeah? I mean, we Canadians love our efficiency, eh? Unfortunately, the structure of the large party barge style catamaran behind us makes our wall damn near invisible to camera. But just look at us go. So much productivity. We know it may not seem like that much of a big deal, but getting these sea cans moved less than a kilometer has been something of a monumental task. From the seemingly endless rain thwarting truck access to surly truck drivers, transport companies not answering emails or phone calls, you can forgive my uncharacteristic joy at finally having all our sea cans in place after more than a month of effort.
Hallelujah! And just like that, after 3 weeks and 3 separate moves, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 shipping containers in! Look at this! Ah!
That's it for this week. Join us again next time for more boat-adjacent content. Drop us a comment. We do love to hear from you. Heck, you could even like or subscribe if you want to live on the edge, but I don't want to be seen encouraging delinquent behavior, so, you do you.
This is how Canadians fuel themselves to get things done. Maple syrup.
Stop recording.